finally be doing this because this is the number one question that I always get from every single woman that I bump into, especially at the clubs. Like every time I go out, number one question from all the drunk girls is, oh my God, are they real? And then the second question, and then I say yes. And then the second question is, what did you do? And now I finally have something that I can refer them to. But so we'll go through the presentation, but just to start off, this is targeted towards women who are already considering breast augmentation surgery. You've gone to a consultation and you're really looking to kind of make those changes. If you're not, your body is perfect, it's beautiful, please, there's no need to feel like you ever have to change anything, but I know what it's like to be in that position where you're feeling like there's just a few little tweaks you want to make, just a little bit of, if this was a little bigger, if this was a little rounder. I've been there, and for anyone who's going through that, I really want to be able to help you because been there, done that. So, getting into it, these pictures that you see right here. So this is from my company that I started back in college, and I had some girls test out this diet plan and this massage routine that I'm going to show you in the next few slides. And you can see that this was only over a month and a half. So this wasn't even a whole 2 months, and we saw huge changes in her bust size. And I really liked that this tester, she actually had a little birthmark you can see, and you can tell how that moved further from her bra line. You can actually see that there's more dimension, there's more fullness by the time we get to the third picture. So it was really exciting to see this work on someone outside of my family because genetics does make a difference. Also someone who's not Indian because my mom's side is Indian. So different ethnicity, not in my family, working with a whole different set of genetics, and it worked really well. And we didn't even do it for the full 2 months. So it was really exciting to see this, and now I want to share it with you. This slide, you can see where I was 16 to 18 years old. I did hit puberty, so I did get my period when I was 12, but I still wasn't developing any curves, either upper body or lower body, and I started complaining to my mom about it and said, I got my period, where's the rest of it? And she just gave me the same tips that my grandma gave her. And on the right, you can see where I'm at today at 24, 25 years old. But honestly, I felt like I probably only did it for about maybe 2 years and started seeing huge results. And especially in that picture on the left where you can see me wearing the red top, I really did not have any curves on my upper body. And I remember wearing those little training bras and just feeling like, oh my God. So yeah, it worked really well, maybe a little too well. So my mom is probably a double D. I am a double F or a G. I kind of go in between depending. But yeah, it's a really effective massage routine, and then just adding these foods on top of what you already eat. A lot of healthy fats. I definitely saw changes within a few months. And then at the end of 2 years, it was a complete transformation. But if we're referring to the tester from the first slide, she saw a significant change in just kind of roundness. It was definitely more full, just under 2 months. So it's really exciting to see how this is going to work for everyone else. So I put this slide on here one last time just to show you how important it is to keep going, because people will stop after 2 weeks, people will stop after a month because they feel like they're not seeing the results. You guys, when you plant a seed in the ground, okay, think how long it takes to grow a plant, okay? You're trying to grow a fuller body part, okay? Plant the seed. It takes time. Be patient. If this tester had stopped at 2 weeks because she felt frustrated that she was being consistent and still not seeing results after 2 weeks, we would have never gotten the result at 1.5 months. So keep sticking with it, even when you don't see the results. You don't give up on the plant. You don't give up on the seed when it's only been 2 months, right? You keep going. So you're trying to do a really significant change, and that requires patience. And if anyone watching this is a gardener, this will work really well for you because you have a lot of patience, and you just have to be patient. You just have to be consistent, stay detached from the results, and stick with it. Again, this is for women who are already considering breast augmentation surgery. If, you've always been comfortable with yourself and you're just curious and you just would like to add a little fullness, maybe go up a cup size, half a cup size, this could work for you too, and definitely a lot less invasive than breast augmentation surgery, and far more price effective. Going into the second bullet, my story. So again, my mom was actually really late to puberty and wasn't developing. I got my period at a healthy age, but none of my curves were coming in. And that's when we turned to my grandma's go-to breast growth recipe that apparently we have been using for women in our family for generations: diet and massage routine. So that's the only thing that you have to do. There's nothing crazy, no medications, no supplements. It's all food and massage. But of course, be sure to consult a doctor, consult a nutritionist. Make sure that you have checked with a medical professional, because it is a pretty significant addition to your diet. And when you're massaging your breasts, you're dealing with the lymphatic drainage system. So there's a lot of things you want to make sure that you have been cleared by a doctor before you get into it. So going into the rest of the presentation and all the items we're going to cover, we're going to do one more slide of the before and after pics and do a story behind the brand. Then get into the foods that promote breast growth. Then the morning oil, the type of oil that you'll take every morning on an empty stomach. Nutrition overview, breast massage technique, underarm and bra line massage technique, how to track changes in your breast growth, how long before you actually see changes, and then the summary. So in college, this kind of started as a passion project where I created a breast growth guide, and then it turned into the products: breast growth granola bars, breast growth oils, breast growth massage oils. Did all of that and then stopped just to focus on school because it got too much for me to handle, and I was just a one-person company. So that's when everything got put on pause, and this year I decided to revamp my passion project, and now that I actually have the time and the resources to dedicate to it and really round it out and achieve that final image I have of what I want this to be. But this course is going to act as a good intermediate between that, because I created a guide before, but it wasn't as comprehensive, and this will really go into the details of the foods and the massage routines. So you guys know about my story. Now I'm going to tell you about my mom's story. So my mom actually was 15 and still hadn't gotten her period, and it started becoming a bit of a health concern. My grandma was really worried that she still hadn't hit puberty. Most girls get their period around 12 to 13 years old, and she was 15. The doctors kept telling her to just wait, and my grandma decided to take things into her own hands and started putting my mom on a healthy, fat, dense diet because she thought maybe one of the reasons my mom wasn't developing was because she was extremely underweight, and also maybe it was just her hormones that needed a little boost. And she used Indian family remedies to help promote breast growth in my mom and help her reach puberty. And then my mom, by 16, finally got her period, so just 1 year later, and then kept going on with this routine. And she was completely flat chested, and then by 18 she had size double D breasts. So there are three main aspects to my grandma's Indian breast growth home remedy. So the first one is a high consumption of healthy fats from specific food sources. The second is a tablespoon of pressed nut oil every morning on an empty stomach, and I will tell you guys which oil this is later in the presentation. And the third is a breast massage routine with a special massage oil. So you only need about a teaspoon of the massage oil, and on the next slide it'll tell you how to prep the oil and warm it. But the next two videos, you're going to see two massage videos, and you want to make sure, what a big mistake that a lot of people make is when they're doing the massage. So you'll see the full demonstration in the next slide, but when you get to the top portion, a lot of people push down when you're actually just supposed to glide on this side rather than doing like a push. So everything should be a really kind of lifting motion. You don't want to be, when you're at the top of your chest, you don't want to be pushing down, you just want to be gliding. And you would obviously be naked on the top. I'm wearing a bikini for obvious reasons.